Hey guys, it's Jake from Wani here. I'm here with Tom from Exodus. How you going, man?
Great.
Great. Good. The guys have just finished playing up on the stage at Summer Breeze. How's that for you, man?
It was awesome. The crowd was crashing maniacs and fucking pits everywhere. It was pretty crazy.
Cool. I was down in the crowd. It was definitely one of the better shows that I've seen you guys play in a while. So
thanks, dude.
Yeah, there was a lot of energy going around. It was great. Exodus has sort of been killing it in the live since the release of Blood In, Blood Out. How have the fans responded to that material live since it came out in 2014?
It's been going great. I mean, the songs we've been playing off it, they go crazy for. They love to sing along to Body Harvest, and we play the title track too.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's getting harder to pick songs because we got 10 records to choose from now. So it's the worst problems you can have, though.
Yeah, I can definitely imagine that. And how's it been without Gary playing live with you guys? Obviously, he's a big part of the songwriting machine. It is you guys, and with his commitments in Slayer, we know that Cragen's sort of been killing it live. But do you think is there a different chemistry up on stage without Gary up there, or?
Cragen's a great player, and we kind of just keep moving along. You can't kill it, It's kind of like the Millennium Falcon, One part's missing, you just plug another part in and keep the ship going.
Yeah, and I guess
we support what Gary's doing,
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I guess that all comes back down to when you guys were first starting out and sort of the affiliations that you have with the thrash bands that I guess in a sense might be more prominent than yourselves, but you all sort of knocked around when you were growing up.
The incestual, band member changing part of it.
Yes.
It's become commonplace in this business.
Yeah.
Paul Bostaff's been in Exodus, he was in Testament, and it all kind of like...
Yeah. It's, as you said, I guess in a way it is a bit incestuous, but I guess that's what you get when you're working closely with a lot of these other bands and that, and a lot of close personal friends and that sort of thing as well. So
I also think it's it speaks highly of the talent pool of the people that come through our band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like people want those players. Like Jack did a week with Testament too when Greg first left. And, I pretty much want to be in one band, I got a little country band with Jack, but this is enough work for me.
And on the flip side, you've got people like Peter Targtron, who's playing here on Saturday, and he's in four bands now himself, and manages to run his own studio, and so I can definitely see one band being a good goal.
Yeah. Plus, we've been working constantly.
So it's been wonderful to see Steve back in with the Exodus family. He's sort of, especially out there today, it was great. Like the energy was just so great. Like, is that something that you guys are happy with? Like, do you think that maybe you might have got a bit of that energy back that may have been lost during the Rob Dukes era? Or?
I think he's doing a fantastic job. He's singing better than he ever has, especially live. And, we wanted to make a really good record. We weren't trying to, be retro or anything like that. But the album number 10 was pretty important to us, and we wanted it to be special. You know what I mean? So we brought him in to sing it on a couple of tracks, just to check it out, see what it would be like. And, it just sounded natural. It sounded like an Exodus record. So
cool. That's like I said, especially live, that was just phenomenal. And as you said, I do tend to agree. I think he's sort of sounding a bit. He's in the best sort of shape that he's been in of his career, and it's great to sort of hear that. So
he's figured it out. He's figured out how to take care of himself and sing at a high level every night.
Yeah. So onto new material. You guys obviously have some pretty high expectations following Blood In, Blood Out. I believe you're getting together with Gary as well as Steve in January to start writing some new material. Is that correct?
We'll probably just you know, the way we work is like it starts with a guitar riff, and then we put drums to it, and like that's the basis for the songs.
Yep.
You know, it's kind of always been that way. Just guys jamming in a room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Working it out. Sometimes it flows fast. Sometimes it takes days of hammering at it to make a song.
What about vocals? Is that something that's going to be handled by Steve or Gary, or a combination of the two of them?
Well, I mean, probably both of them. Yeah. I mean, I just handle the musical end, my musical end of it, and try to help with the arrangements and, you know, completion of songs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you know, Gary wasn't around for part of the tracking for the last record, and you know, we kind of figured out the formula, and we just, you know, work at it and not be in a hurry.
Yeah. So with that being said, I guess Exodus being around formed in 1979, wasn't it?
Something like that.
You've just said that you sort of figured out the formula, or is that something that, when you say that you figured out the formula, that was correct for Blood In, Blood Out, and what happens on the next album might be different, or?
You know, we don't really like try to stick to a musical formula. I was just speaking about the formula of like, you know, the creation of songs and recording stuff like that, but you know, who knows what the next record will sound like. It'll just sound like Exodus. I can pretty much guarantee that.
I guess you guys want to make music that you want to make, and if
exactly,
like that, then
we want it to be heavy and like relevant, you know, and we have fun doing what we do.
Yes. So with especially with the show out there, from what I've seen in a lot of the Exodus shows I've been to, the energy, the mosh pits, the intensity of the fans is crazy. I've even seen some fans try and like jump a barrier to reach out to you guys and that sort of thing. With that being said, there's been a lot of stuff in the media, in the music media lately, about bands such as we use, for example, Corey Taylor from Slipknot and Dave Drummond from Disturbed getting frustrated or pissed off that people are texting or using their phones during shows. Is that something that, I know obviously a little bit difficult for you behind your drum throne, but
no, I've seen it. Like I've seen guys that like they run the text, can I please have a guitar pick? Please have a guitar pick. Can I get a drumstick, please? Or, you know, if someone takes the time to write a sign that says give me a drumstick, I'll probably give them one, you know. But you know, I think, you know, I saw when I was at NAMM last time, I saw Greg Raleigh used to play with Journey, like back in the day, and he was doing a concert. It was for free in the Hilton Hotel lobby, and as soon as he hit the stage,
don't worry about the cameras.
Everybody held up their fucking phones, and I was just like, can't you just be in the moment? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was kind of annoying.
Yeah.
It's like seeing a bunch of cell phones in the sky, like, just to film Greg Raleigh. It's like, I don't know. It's much more satisfying to just like enjoy that yourself for a minute.
Yeah. So is that something that, if say for example you and Steve switch places, is that something that would piss you off, seeing that, like seeing people on their phones at the show, or does it not really bother you that much? Because I guess at the end of the day, they are at an Exodus show.
What do you mean? Like filming us, or talking to their mom, or texting their girlfriend,
texting their girlfriend, Facebooking?
I think that's a waste of time to go to a show to do that.
Yeah.
But it would piss me off.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it pisses me off, but I don't understand like what their goal is of going to the show.
Yeah, fair enough.
You fought your ass off to get to the front row to fucking Facebook somebody, you know? That don't make any sense.
Yeah, fair enough. So I recently read an article from Twisted Sisters, Jay French, about JJ French, who sort of mentioned that there's no 25-year-old plus bands these days, and that once the dinosaur age of rockers goes, there's going to be no one to shine the torch. Do you agree with that, or is there any up and coming bands that you see that you think will be able to, I guess, have that longevity that your band has has had, even through its multiple lineup changes? And
I can't speak for any band's longevity. I mean, we recently played with a band from India. I think they were called Cryptos or something like that, and they were awesome. They were like Def Leppard meets thrash, and they had like 1982 guitar tones like Def Leppard, JCM 800 Marshalls, and I thought they were awesome. As far as longevity goes, I think a lot of that depends on luck.
Yep.
You know, it depends on luck and, you know, how deep somebody's commitment is to keep doing what they do.
Yeah.
You know, and we've had some good luck, we've had some bad luck, and we've created some of our own of both. So, you know, I think, you know, in order to do this for a long time, you have to like pay attention to songwriting, and I think, you know, you have to like really like learn how to write songs and just, you know, be true to yourself.
Yeah.
And if you're able to do that, then you have a gift, you know.
Yeah, cool. So, having been a part of creating the thrash sound that took the world by storm in the 80s, how do you feel about bands that are emulating that sound now in the, I guess what you could call the thrash revival?
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
You think it's awesome?
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, there's bands like Warbringer out there. There's some bands from home that are doing it, and I think it's amazing.
Yep. Cool. So after these festival runs, you guys are touring with not only Obituary, but also Prong and King Parrot.
Yep.
Firstly, that's a really, really cool lineup.
This would be good.
King Parrot is always an absolute blast, but the other two bands as well, it's just icing on the cake. How are you guys preparing for that tour?
I think we're going to switch the setup a little bit and play some different songs. I mean, we kind of stick to a formula of stuff we know that everybody likes and goes crazy for, but we might try to pull out some surprise songs and just see how they go over. And if not so good, we'll go back to back to the staples. I mean, we have to play Bonded by Blood every night. Yeah, it's like no matter how much you want to or not. And I love playing that old shit too. I have to play Toxic Waltz every night.
Yeah, cool. I've got one final one, and this is more sort of directed towards our fans in India, but is the band ever going to get down there anytime soon? Like, has there been any offers to get to
India?
Yeah.
We've tried a couple times, but through the promoters, it just wasn't able to happen yet.
Yeah. Still something that you're planning on doing?
Totally willing to go there,
Yeah, cool. Well, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, me too.